am drawing the line in the sand. What are we? Are we obsessed about a team, obsessed about a player, and we put that above being football fans?
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
He is struggling, and I think it is very obvious that your boy Messi isn't fully fit. He is in somewhat of a physical pain, and we just wait to see whether it is in fact a fitness issue or it is maybe a much more deeper issue, and an issue which Barcelona fans have been trying to ignore for a long time, but just have to accept. But before I get there, I have to address something. What are we? And this is where I am drawing the line in the sand. What are we? Are we obsessed about a team, obsessed about a player, and we put that above being football fans? Because see, this is where I'm drawing the line in the sand. I built this channel primarily for talking about something I've loved ever since I was born. Something I've loved ever since I was born, which is football, which I think is one of the greatest things of all time. You know what? Like anytime I'm struggling through something or anything like that, whether I daydream about football matches, whether I watch football highlights or something, or I imagine or dream about being in a World Cup final, a Champions League final, or just watching great games, or even talking about it, the football has always been something that always pulled me out of difficult parts of my life, because I just think it's one of the greatest things of all time. That obviously, along with film sports, the greatest thing of all time is for football. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want to understand. What are we? Because my beef with Messi has always been, why can't you do it for Argentina? Why can't you do it at a World Cup? Why can't you do it at World Cup? Because I'm like, you have all the tools. You have all the tools, because trust me, when Messi was 19 at Barcelona, we all knew. That's the beauty. You see, we're questioning about whether Vinicius can be that dude. We think Mbappe should be that dude, but we all knew that when we saw Messi, we're like, this is the next guy. So it was going to be Neymar, but with Messi, we're like, nah, it's him. This is the dude. And I thought, yeah, man, this is the guy that dethrones Maradona and probably dethrones Ronaldo. But this is the guy that dethrones him. So we are witnessing something historic. You know, finally an Argentine who will emulate the great Diego Armando Maradona. But my thing here is that there seems to be people are reveling and sort of being joyous that Messi had a bad game, which he did. He had a really bad game. Whether it's a lack of fitness, not sharp, he had a bad game. He just wasn't on it. Because normally Messi does an amazing dribble, amazing piece of skill, an amazing pass. It just wasn't on there. But my thing about this is that it's one game. It's one game. You know, we'll get to the whole decline thing, but it's one game. But the thing I need to understand is, what do guys want? What are guys about? Are you solely about supporting a player? Are you solely about supporting a team and you ignore anything else? You ignore objectivity? Because for me, look, I'll come out and say, damn it, Ronaldo should have gotten a few more CLs. He should have gotten a few more Champions Leagues, bro. Because that would have fully rounded off how amazing it was. I can look at it by age and everything. He should have gotten a lot more CLs. Hazard, bro, I defend Hazard all the way through, but you know what? Hazard, I think your career might be going down the tubes. If you don't get back being sharp and you don't deliver for Real Madrid, all I can give you is you won that Europa League for European Cup for Chelsea, and you performed well at the World Cup, but you didn't win the World Cup. You haven't won a Champions League. You have not performed on the highest level for Real Madrid. So it is still a ... for you. I'll hold my hands up and say that. So we have to have a level of objectivity, because I'll keep it real. Messi is the greatest club football player of all time. He simply is. I'm not going to get into this stupid and childish back and forth of like, oh, what about Cristiano? What about Messi? I'm not going to get into that. I'm a football fan. I've been watching football ever since I was born. Call me arrogant or whatever. I think I know a bit about the sport. And I think I know when I see a truly exceptional football player. Messi is a rarity. I will probably, I don't think I'll ever in my lifetime see a player like Lionel Messi, because I spend so much time, because I spend so much time complaining about why they keep flopping for Argentina, why they keep flopping at the World Cup, why they keep flopping at the Copa America, and this will be true. When all is said and done and he retires and everything, and we now look back, we were like, we were pretty lucky to witness what this guy did. Because see, this is where, I may seem a bit harsh and everything. This is where there's a difference between people who've played football and haven't played football at whatever level. At whatever level. Because people who haven't played football and only look at stat sheets and read through the media don't really understand what Messi does. Because if you've played football and you see what Messi does consistently, you will know how incredible it is what he does. Because if you've played football at any level, you understand how difficult it is. How difficult it is to score from outside the box, how difficult it is to dribble, how difficult it is to make a through ball, how difficult it is to make something happen with 5 guys around you, and how difficult it is to maintain that at a high level throughout a season or 3 years. Again, if you understand football and how difficult football is, that's the only way you would actually appreciate what Messi has done. So, for people to now sort of now say, oh look man, look at Messi, is useless, it's done, look at midgets and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, where are you coming from psychologically? Mentally, where are you coming from? Because again, that's why I say I draw the line in the sand. If we are football fans, surely we should all appreciate what Messi has done. Like for me, I told you, I don't need your dumbass tweets comparing stats and so forth, and he scored there, he's not scored there, and I don't need that. I use this. And I've used this ever since I was born. Before there was internet and so forth, when I was buying World Soccer magazines and everything, before internet existed, I used this. There was no internet. There was no who scored. I turned on the channel and I watched the game and I was like, that's a good player. That's an average player. Yeah, that's an okay player. Oh, that's a really good player. That guy could potentially be good. Like if that guy did a few good things, he could be better. And that's what I've always used. This is what I've always used, And again, I just feel like if I know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I'm like an Alan Hansen or any of these guys on TV, but I just feel like if I know a few things, and what Messi has done for Barcelona is incredible. And for me, if you are celebrating his downfall, if you are celebrating his decline, you're not a football fan. You simply aren't. You are a guy with an agenda to see someone's downfall. And I said again, for me, I have no agenda against Cristiano. And I always say, I put the whole arrogance thing aside. I just say that, he is an amazing goal scorer. But as far as a football player, well-rounded, playmaking, passing, creating, dribbling, footballing brain, facilitating things, being a point guard, goal scoring as well, assisting and so forth, an offensive arsenal, Messi's on a whole other level. We've never seen someone of Messi's overall offensive talents ever. It's okay. It's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. There's no back and forth. We've never seen anybody with the offensive arsenal that Lionel Messi has had ever. We've never seen it. But when we now talk about greatness and so forth and mentality and character, that is where, I think you say, I give a Cristiano a character over Messi. I give a Maradona a character over Messi. I give a Pele, a Ronaldo. It's done better character and greatness and the ability to perform in big games over Messi. But if we're just talking about skill, ability, what you can do, what you have done, my God. So that's the one side. Deal with that, whatever you with. We have to ask the question. This was my thinking. My thinking was this. Messi is playing with an injury. Because Barcelona is his life. He's been here fully. Of course he loves Argentina, but my gosh, this has been a thing that has been a major part of his life. And from Messi's point of view, he's like, if I take any time off, if I go out injured, and I just leave this to this airhead called Setien, who doesn't have a clue how to set up a team or know how to manage, and I leave poor Ansu Fati by himself and flipping Griezmann and so forth, we're going to take L's. We're going to take L's. So in Messi's mind is that I have to play. I simply have to. I just have to be on the pitch to do something. I simply have to be on the pitch to do something, and that's why I was talking to. I don't think there was one guy in the hangout who said that. Oh no, Messi should just step aside and allow other. I think it was Jujuman though. Allow other players to come through. I was like, Jujuman, bro, there's no one else. There's no one else. Now that is where you blame Bartomeu and the Barcelona board. You blame Abidal and say, wait, how did the Barcelona Football Club get in this situation to begin with? How did they get in this situation to begin with? How did you find yourselves here? How? Your Barcelona Football Club. This just makes no sense. But you have to ask the question. It's one game. He could very easily, next 3 games, score a hat-trick of assists and just go crazy, because that wouldn't be surprising based on what he's done already. Because I think it is already an anomaly that he's still playing at such a high level at this age and into the years that he's already been into his career right now. But it will happen. It will happen. What comes up must come down. It's the laws of life, laws of physics, and so forth. Every beginning has an end. Every beginning has an end. And the question has always been, when will this be? I thought it was going to be last season. I thought it was going to be 2 seasons before. I thought it was going to be 3 seasons before. But he's kept on going. But I do feel that. So that it will come. And for me, as I said again, he has had some bad performances, but this was definitely one performance in which it was like, whoa. And that's the crazy thing. He's played at such a high level for so long that it is shocking that he was like, oh, damn. Messi didn't complete a dribble. He didn't do something amazing. He didn't do something extraordinary. He didn't do something that would make it go, whoa, how the hell did he do that? How did he see that pass? What the heck? Oh my God. He put it through his legs like, oh, what the hell? He never did that. Granted, Madrid were beasts. Madrid were beasts and did not let him settle. But it was like this against Napoli and like this right now. Now, some people may say that, Messi's a guy that, he has to play off of someone. He can still do it by himself, but he also likes to play off of someone, Jessica Alba coming back from injury, nullified in the game. Griezmann, obviously, this guy isn't really in sync with what Messi wants. Your boy Ansu Fati, he's young. He's still very young. And I've always said, look, man, Messi, I give him full credit for what he's done, and he's been amazing. But Xavi and Iniesta were very important. They were very important. I don't think Barcelona win those titles without Messi. Do they win those titles without Xavi and Iniesta? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But Barcelona fans have to be worried. They have to be worried because it's going to come. It's going to come at some point. And you best be prepared for whenever that day comes. Because once Messi retires and he leaves with no backup plan and nobody to take the reins, damn. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.